Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to Cloud Careers. Today we'll start with the Linux basics which I have left with in the last session. So before that, let me sign in and create a Linux instance so that you will get a glance on how to create an instance one more time. Okay, I'm signing into my account. It's my account name. So I'm signing in. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Authentication failed because your account has been suspended. Hmm, guys, just a second. Let me sort this issue. Okay, let me stop the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Guys, I'm going to share you something today which is called as a Windows subsystem for Linux, where in Linux machines and the Mac machines you will have a terminal. If you right click, you will have a terminal where you can interact with the operating system Linux directly, right? Like the same on the top of Windows also you have a default terminal, which if you are having a minimum of Windows 10 you will get that. Okay, so for that you need to install Windows subsystem for Linux, and then you can choose the flavor of Linux that you want. From that point of time, no virtual machine, nothing. Directly on the top of your Windows you can have your own Linux terminal. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so on the top of that we can learn Linux. So even if you don't have AWS account till now, for that time you can learn Linux. Okay, I'm going to show you that. Okay, so for that what you have to do is, so first go to turn Windows features on or off. Okay, so here you have to add something, Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay, you have to add this, guys, Windows subsystem for Linux. And what else? And virtual machine platform. Okay, it's like a Hyper-V. Click that. Now it's going to download something. Guys, this is going to be awesome. Okay, this is going to be awesome. So people who like Mac or Linux but who are being given Windows machines, if they want to still enjoy the Linux, they can do that, guys. I'm going to show you that. It's awesome. It's super awesome. So it will ask me to restart. Okay, I'm going to restart, guys. Okay, I'm going to restart. You all will be dropped off. That's fine. Okay, everyone stay on the bridge. I'll connect back. Okay.
Okay, Manu.
You listen me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yes,
now.
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
Rohan.
I just clicked reboot. After that, my system rebooted and came up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go to your store and just type Ubuntu or just type WSL. Okay, Windows Subsystem for Linux. Now click that. Now you'll get something really interesting. Just go to Microsoft Store. It's loading. Just bear with me. Okay, search for. So here type for Ubuntu. It's a flavor of Linux. Get it? So if you see that it's going to download now, it's downloading. Yeah, 432 MB. I think it will take less than a minute. The internet is quite a bit speed.
Uh, Madhu, even we can use Vagrant, right?
Sorry,
Vagrant. We
you
can
can use
create a
anything of.
sandbox.
You mean to say VirtualBox?
Yeah, yeah. Vagrant
I
for
don't see that what it is. It's a real virtual machine, right? If you want to have Linux again, what you have to do, you have to start that machine, right? When you're not using it, you have to stop that machine, right? It's not like that. It will. This
uh,
is directly on the top of your Windows. It's integrated. You'll see the
uh,
beauty of it. Just wait. It's awesome. It's a lightweight virtual machine based on Hyper-V, but not a light machine. Perfect. Just got installed. Launch. That's it. Done. You have your virtual machine. So when you want to have, so you'll feel like you're using a MacBook, guys. So MacBook will have a Linux terminal, right? Default attached terminal, right? So like the same, you'll get a terminal. So just wait for a minute. Guys, trust me, it's awesome. If you are running an additional Ubuntu or a CentOS or Red Hat Linux virtual machine on the top of it, it's going to consume some resources, like 1 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM, like that. So it's not like that here. So your Windows, on the top of Windows only, it will have that. Okay. So the default username, I'm just telling Ubuntu. Okay. And the password I'm giving is password. Password is giving us password. That's it, done. I have my machine. That's it. So whenever I want to have my Windows machine, what I'll do, simply I'll come, I'll just go to here, I'll just type, double click. That's it. I'll have my virtual machine done. How we are typing the command prompt, like the same, you'll have your own Linux. You got it right? What I'm trying to mean? So you don't have to install a VMware workstation or Oracle box, and then you have to no need to create a virtual machine and no need to install an operating system. On the top of your Windows itself, you'll have your own virtual machine. So if you want to see till now whatever you have learned, cat xe password, right? You can see them. These are all the default users that are created, right? So let's say cat proc memory information. So what is telling 33 GB is there on my laptop, right? So if you want to see the proc information, these many CPUs I have. Got it? So everything, whatever you can do on Linux, you can do it here. Okay, guys, any questions on why we are using it and what is the advantage of it? I thought of showing you guys the alternative if you don't have a Linux machine if you don't have VMware workstation. You got it, guys? So whatever we can do on Linux, we can do it here. Okay, so what we are discussing in the last session. Apita, what we are discussing in the last session. So pwd home Ubuntu. So let's start with the editor, guys. So we all know that how to create a file. Touch is a command to create a file, right? Okay, so I want to create a file named cloudcareers.txt file. Okay, so if you want to edit a file, what you have to do? Okay, there are a lot of editors. Okay, there are a lot of editors. Among all, few things we discussed, but since the last time recording is not good, I'm going to repeat few more things, so please bear with me. Yeah, I think we have discussed this. Okay, so VA works in three modes, guys. Okay, there are a lot of editors. Okay, there are a lot of editors. So among all, VI, Vim, Nano are famous. These are all the editors which are used to edit the content. Okay, and any of these editors, VI, VIM, or Nano, okay, they are just like your notepads, and they work in three modes: escape mode, insert mode, and colon mode. So whatever the mode that you want to go with, you have to go with the escape mode. Okay, now I want to enter some content. So VI cloudcareers.text. Okay, now I'm going to enter hi students. Okay, I'm just typing welcome to Cloud Careers. Okay, I want to save this file. If I want to save this file, what I have to do? Just press escape. Okay, just press escape and then press just a second. Yeah, if it is like this, it will make more sense. Okay, just press escape and then press a colon. W stands for write, Q stands for kit, exclamatory mark, end of the expression. That means we are saving the file. Okay, if you want to read the file, just see. Okay, welcome to Cloud Careers. Okay, again you want to edit something. Okay, so if you want to edit, you have to go to the insert mode. If you want to go to the insert mode, you have to press I on the keyboard. If you press I, you can see bottom as insert. That means you can enter the content. Okay, okay, now what I want to do, this is the Linux basics session of Cloud Careers. Okay, now whatever you wrote, okay, when you write something in notepad, when you cancel it, what will happen? It will ask you whether you want to save it or not, right? Here I have done some changes. I don't want to save these changes. I want to ignore them. Just again press escape, column. This time you don't want to write means save and quit. I don't want to save it, just quit. Those changes will be discarded. If you see cat cat is a command to read a file, those changes won't be there. Okay, okay guys, so Cloud Careers offers best cloud DevOps training. And, okay, this is some text I wrote. Okay, thanks. Cloud Careers. So here, let's say if you're using an Excel sheet or if you're using any notepad, if you want to search for something, you'll use Control F, right? If you want to search and replace, you'll use Control H, right? Like the same, like the same. Here also we have it. Okay, so let's say if you want to search for a word and replace it with another word, you can use again. Just press Escape. Okay, if you press Escape, you'll go to the bottom mode and then press a colon, so that on the bottom you can press Enter. Press percentage. Okay, percentage just means search. Okay, so I want to search for the word Cloud Careers everywhere. Okay, and replace it with the word the Cloud Careers everywhere in the file. Okay, if it's just a single instance, done. If you want to replace the same and everywhere, just type G. That's it. Everywhere Cloud Careers is changed to the Cloud Careers. Can you see this, guys? Perfect. Okay, so if you want to save these changes, done. Okay, guys, clear, clear. Also, we discussed about the directory structure in Linux. In Linux, everything starts with a root, guys. Okay, the directory structure of Linux is this. Okay, so if you observe, everything starts. Let me choose a different color. Everything starts from the root folder, guys. This is called as root or the main directory. From here, everything will start. Unlike in Windows, C drive, D drive, E drive. Okay, if it is a Windows, if you assume this as a hard disk, Okay, this is C drive, this is the D drive, this is E drive, and this is F drive. Like that we can create our own partitions. Okay, so here in Linux it's not like that. Everything is a single entity, guys. Everything starts from root. So if you delete the root directory, that's it, gone. Everything will be gone. Okay, that's why you should not play around with that. Okay, so let me show you the Linux directory structure. Hey, hi Koti, good morning. I didn't see you join.
Good morning.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
explaining the Linux basics.
yeah.
Yeah. So guys, this is the Linux directory structure, guys. Anything starts with a root. This is called as a root directory. Okay. So again, in the root directory, there are a lot of directories. Each and every directory will have some functionality. Let's say all the operating system related components will stay in root, in this directory, bin directory. Boot, all the kernel related components which are related for system start will be there in the boot. All the devices that are connected will be there in the device directory. All the system configuration related components will be there in etc, etc. In Linux, everything is a file. If you want to do some changes, edit a file. If you want to delete, if you want to update some changes, update a file. If you want to destroy something, delete a file. So everything is a file. If something is not working, first thing you should trigger in your mind is, in Linux everything is a file, that I need to look for something. I need to look for something which is responsible for that file. So home, each and every user will have their own home directory. That means how, let's say if we are working each by the end of the day, we should have our own home, right? Like the same, each and every user in the system will have its own directory. So that is home directory, guys. Okay, and library, all the software related components, binaries or the libraries will be staying here as bin. So we learned in Linux there are two types of users. One is a root user and another is a non-root user. So how can we identify whether he's a root user or a non-root user is, okay, if this starts with dollar, that means non-root user. If it starts with hash, that means it's a root user. That's a blind thing, by default blind thing. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Anyone wants to ask anything?
Yeah. Whenever we are installing the Linux OS, at the time the directory is automatically created or
These are something which will be created by default. You
hello?
don't have to do anything. Yeah, yeah. Koti, these are something
Yeah,
which will be created by default when you install an operating system. Just like when you're installing an operating system on Windows, the C drive will be created by default, right? Like the same, these are all the directories
yeah,
which will be
yeah, right.
created by default when you install operating system.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
good question. So all the optical devices and the USB drives which are connected to your machine will be staying here. Proc, all the process related information like CPU information, memory information, such kind of information will be staying in proc. MNT, mounted information. TMP, temporary information, like when you're doing some things, okay, which require some temporary memory or the temporary storage, those things will be stored in this folder. Okay, user, var, SRV, they have their own importance. We'll come to know that when we are drilling down a little bit more. Okay, these are all something which are very much important, so which you have to keep in mind at the moment. Okay, okay. So these are all something which I have covered in the last session, but last session we haven't recorded the session because of the network issue. So I'm just trying to recap. I'll try to sort those things in 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now let me create a file, guys. Okay. So, and the file that I want to create is touch cloud devops.conf. Okay, the file ending with conf. Okay, let's say, okay, this directory is present in home Ubuntu. Okay, home Ubuntu is the folder where it has. Now I want to search for this file. So what is the tool to search for the file? Okay, usually find is a directory. People who are not talking, please go on mute. Okay, if you want to find some file, okay, find is the tool, guys. Okay, so find. Okay, if you know that you have to search in home Ubuntu, you can directly give this. But if you don't know where your file is, then just give root, so that the system will search the complete directory. Okay, and mention the name. a name, you don't know the name, and you don't, okay, and you want to search for the files which ends with .conf. Star means everything which ends with conf. Okay, now you'll get a lot of exceptions. Okay, permission denied, permission denied, permission denied, permission denied. Why? Because I'm executing this as a normal user. Normal user cannot execute everything, right? So you have to escalate your privilege or mount yourself or switch yourself as a root user. So I want to trigger this command as a root user. So it's asking me for the root password. I have entered the root password. So it's searching my complete system. It's searching my complete system. It's searching my complete system, guys. It's searching the complete system. So if you don't want to search like that, instead, if you know that if you want to search files which are present in home directory, then you can search like this. So what it's telling, it's directly giving you devops.conf. Okay, only one file is there. Okay, let's say if you want to find out the time taken for the search operation, what you can do is you can simply give something called as a time. Okay, time. So it's telling that 0.55 microseconds. That means 55th second. Okay, that much time it took. So that's how you can, if something is not working or if some search functionality is not happening, this is how you can track how much time it is taking time and all, guys. Okay, so this is one way. So another thing is installation, guys. Okay, installation. So let's say if you want to edit, okay, there are a lot of editor. Okay, so if you want, we can install packages or any softwares in three ways in Linux, guys. One is yum or apt-get. Okay, yum is for Red Hat based machines, and apt-get is for Ubuntu like based machines, guys. Both does the same. Instead of yum, you have to use apt-get. RPM is nothing but it's a type of package, and source code based installation is a code based installation. So the difference between yum and RPM is, okay, let's say if there is a package named A, for that package A, if you tell yum install package A, what M does is, what are the dependencies that are required for that A software? Okay, let's say for that A software, ABC, X, Y, Z are the prerequisites. So yum, what it will do is, it is very smart. It will download those prerequisite softwares before installing the A software. Okay, but RPM, it's not like that. Okay, whatever you told, only that it will install. It don't care about the others. Okay, guys, so yum is a command. Yum is a package manager for Red Hat based machines. Apt-get is for Ubuntu based machine. Package manager for Ubuntu based machine. If you want to install something, install. If you want to remove. If you want to info. Okay, let's try to see how to install a package. Okay, sudo apt-get install vim. Okay, I'm going to install vim. Vim is also an editor. Okay, what is doing, it has installed. Okay, now if I want to get tools like wget. Okay, wget is to download the zip files and all from the internet. Okay, wget and git I want to install. So let's see, installed. Okay, done. So it has installed. So let's say if I want to download a package from the internet. Okay, let's see, Apache Tomcat download. Okay, I want to download this. Okay, so I want a tar file. Okay, copy this link and wget. Okay, that's it, done. It's downloading the Tomcat. ls is a command to list the content. Okay, can you see this? Apache Tomcat is downloaded. It is a tar file, right? It's a tar file is like a format where we can zip everything in a Linux, but we cannot see them, right? Because it's a zip file. How to unzip them, how to remove them? So you have to install. So usually the command for that is tar is a command to either compress or uncompress. Tar hyphen x stands for extract, f stands for okay, name of the file. Yeah, okay, now it will extract. Now if you see ls hyphen ldr, So the content has been extracted. Can you see this, guys? So now you can see, okay, a lot of content is there in it. Okay, this is how we can download the things from the internet using wget. Okay, and like the same, you can also download the zip files and unzip the downloaded files, guys. Okay, for that you have to install few tools. Okay, and the command to install those tools is sudo apt-get is a package manager in Ubuntu based machine. Install. Okay, guys, if it is Windows, if it is or not Windows, if it is CentOS or Red Hat, just use install. Okay, nano. Okay, yum not found because in this in this flavor of Linux, yum won't be there. Okay, instead you have to use apt-get. Okay, so I'm going to remove that rm-rf. So rm stands for remove, r stands for recursively, f stands for files, which stands with Apache. So I'm going to remove everything. Okay, okay, rm a star. Perfect. Now I'm going to download the zip file. Okay, okay. So copy this wget. Now paste that link. Okay, now this is going to download the Apache Tomcat in a zip format. ls-ltr. Okay, now how to unzip this? Unzip is a command to unzip is a command to unzip a file. Okay, what it's telling, unzip command not found, but it can be installed with sudo apt install unzip. Okay, it's telling if you want to install this, you can install it with the command. So -y, so that it won't ask you do you want to install or not prompt. Okay, enter. It's installing. Okay, perfect. Now if you execute the same command unzip, it will unzip, guys. That file has been unzipped. All the files are being unzipped from the zip file. ls. Can you see this, guys? The zip file is being unzipped. If you go to cd apache, you can see the content. Okay, that's how we can use the wget and this commands, guide. So guys, how to see the IP address of a machine, guys? Anyone? In the last session we discussed how to see the IP address of a machine.
Using
Uname
curl
icon,
command.
I think.
Sorry, one.
If config or
Okay,
if space a.
okay, but
This is
I
a
don't get
private
a.
IP address.
Okay, so how to get a public IP then?
Curl space ifconfig.com.
Perfect. This is the public IP. Okay, this is how we can get the public IP of the machine. Curl ifconfig.co. Okay, similarly, we have something called as, okay, unlike wget, okay, we also have something called as curl is like a browser based command. Okay, we can also use this, guys. Curl -o stands for output. You can also use this. So what that does is it goes to the internet and it will download the content. Okay, curl is like a browser based command. We can use that and we can download the content from the internet. Okay, perfect. Now what's next? So we saw how to see the list of users, and we saw how to create files, and we saw how to edit the files, and we saw how to see the system related resources. And also we were about to discuss that in Linux there are 5 6 7 modes of Linux, guys. Okay, we can, there are, when we are starting a system, or when we can call it as you go to any Linux technical assessment, the first thing that you'll come into mind is what are the modes in Linux, guys. Okay, so there are 7 modes in Linux. Okay, you can start or end the system in 7 modes. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 are the modes in Linux. Okay, it starts with 0. If you want to shut down the system, okay, if you want to shut down the system, init 0, that's it, your system will end. If you want to restart the system, init 6. Okay, if you want to start the system in a single user mode, that means only you can log in, others cannot log in, starts the system, in a single user mode. Okay. 2, start the system normally, but without a file system, guys. Okay, but without a file system. So 3, this is for research purpose, not for us. Okay, so if you want to start the system with a graphical user interface, you can start the system with 5. If you want to start the system without a graphical user interface, you can start with 4. 99% of the organizations use this, guys. Okay, clear? Guys, clear or not?
Yeah, clear.
Manu,
Yeah,
in here.
this is also
So
called as a run
whatever
level. This is also called as run level. So in total, there are 7 run levels in the Linux, or modes in Linux. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
uh, yeah, Manu. The question that I have is the run levels. Is it same in Red Hat 6 and 7 also? In 7, is there run levels still exist or they are removed?
Linux is a Linux. The flavors may change. Okay, so that's a core. It's a kernel features. So it will be the same. Any flavor of Linux. These are all the kernel features, right? So Linux is an operating system which is developed on the top of kernel. Okay, so they'll remain the same. Yeah, to address your question, yeah, it's still the same. So if you want to see with which run level I have run the system, run level is the command, guys. It's telling unknown. Who -r. It's not giving. Why? Because if you run the same command on a virtual machine or on Amazon, you'll get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or something. Okay. Here it's not giving just because we are on the top of Windows. Yeah. Any other questions? Avinash, go ahead.
Manu, can you just show us at least one run level, like for example, maybe in a single user, maybe for example, we are trying to boot the system, for some reason it's not coming up. So to troubleshoot, just to understand what's happening in the background, so we get into the run level and we'll boot the system and we'll do it. Right? Can you just show us one of such instance where we can use the run levels to boot the system and to
Oh,
understand like what's happening behind why it is not coming up?
simple. Simple. If in the cloud era, so you that troubleshooting again depends on the type of infrastructure that you're using. Okay, let's say if you're using the VMware infrastructure, what you have to do is just you have to log into the VMware vCenter. Okay, in the VMware vCenter, you have an option called console. If you go to the console, you can see, you'll come to know why the system is not coming up. Okay, that is VMware. Let's say if you're talking about Amazon Web Services, okay, if the system is not coming up for some god's sake, I don't know the reason. Okay, for example, so what you can do is you'll just sign into the console. Okay, Amazon console. So once you log into the Amazon console, let's say you feel that the issue is with this XYZ machine. Okay, if you want to see what exactly is happening, okay, then you can, there is something called as two things: get instance screenshot or get systems log. Okay, there are two options. My AWS account is logged, that's why I'm not able to show. Get systems screenshot or get
No,
system log.
I think in the last class you have shown this part. I'm aware of this part
Yes,
because in the
there.
last class you have explained it.
Yes, I'm repeating it just for others. Okay, so there are two things called as get instance screenshot and a get system log. There you can see why the system is not coming up. Also, you can see each and every log which says the process that it got stuck behind and the reason why the system is not coming up. Let's say if the system is not coming up because of some boot failure or some kernel failure or whatever the reason, okay, the first thing that Amazon suggests you is turn off the system, power off the system. Okay, wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, and start the system. Now what will happen is, okay, let's say your machine is, okay, okay, this is your XYZ machine, okay, is in A hardware. Now if you shut down and start the instance, what will happen is the similar instance will be booting up in another hardware, so that 99% your issue will be resolved. Okay, if the issue persists, what you have to do is, there you have an option called as report AWS. If you click that, okay, AWS will be they'll raise a ticket and they'll get back to you. And in Amazon or Google or Azure, you don't have access to the backend console. Okay, you cannot touch or you cannot play around the console logs. If it is VMware, you can do that. Answers your question?
Yes, Mano. Because the reason I asked this question is, even if you go to interview right now, even if their infrastructure is over the cloud, they still ask this question.
Yeah, but you have to tell them, right? You have to tell them, right?
Yeah, if man, that's true.
Yeah, you have to tell them. So if it is a VMware, that's the way that I'll do. If it is a cloud, that this the you'll do. It all depends on what you have put on your resume. If you mention that I'm a core VMware admin engineer with DevOps knowledge, obviously you're supposed to say that. If you mention that I'm a cloud DevOps engineer, they won't ask you. Why? Because you won't come across that. And just keep one thing in mind. So just pull the concept of interview out of your mind. Just concentrate on the subject at the moment. Okay. But yeah, appreciate your question. Avinash, clear? Avinash?
Yes, Mano.
Okay. So next is understanding the list of processes that are running in the machine, guys. So first of all, if your Windows performance is not up to the mark, what you'll do, you'll open the task manager and you'll see the list of processes that are running in the system. Like the same, there is something called as a PS stands for process state. Okay, this will show the list of processes that are running in the system, but not in a complete format. But okay, if you issue the same command with the additional parameter -e, it shows each and every process running in the system. Okay, not this, I'm sorry, PS-ef. Oh, why it's not showing here? Guys, there is some small limitation here. Okay, this shows the list of processes that are running in my system. Right now there are 4 processes running on my system. Okay, and those 4 processes are root process, ubuntu, and they're running these processes, guys. Okay, one of the processes is psef which I have run just now. And also it shows the time taken to retrieve this. TTY is 1, time taken to retrieve the output. Okay, and each and every process in Linux will have a process ID and its parent process. Okay, how, if a child is there, how he'll born with the help of a parent, right? Like the same, each and every process will be born just because of its parent process. Okay, so each and every process will have a PID and a PPID stands for process ID. Okay, as time, since the time it started, when it started, okay, this process started on day 1058 it started. Okay, ps-ef. If you see, date is the command to see the date and time. Okay, 11:28 is the time. Okay, just before 10-20 seconds we ran the command, right? Just wait, it has showing that. Okay, now the another way is, okay, but the disadvantage with PFC is it's not dynamic, guys. Okay, let's say if you have entered the command ps-ef at 11 o'clock, okay, 1 minute and 1 second, it show you the result at that instance, but it's not dynamic. So if you assume, if you want to get the result dynamically, that means when you enter the command, whenever you see the output, you should get a dynamic output. Okay, top is a dynamic command, guys. Okay, so what are the output that it is showing here? It is dynamic and it's a real time. Okay, so top is best. Okay, so if you assume here, what is telling top, it's 9 is time is 9 and the system is up, okay, from 30 minutes, and the number of users logged in is 0. Okay, because no one has directly connected to it interactively. And the load average, okay, this is very much important, guys. Okay, what is load average is, what is the system load on it? Avinash, do you have any idea what is load average is?
Yes, Mano.
Yeah, perfect. So what is the load of on your system on the last 3 iterations? Okay, it says that for last 1 minute, 5th minute, and the 15th minute. Okay, this is the only system which can show you the performance of the system even after the 15 minutes, even before 15 minutes, guys. Okay, just by looking at it, you can see how is the performance of the system. Okay, if it is more than 1, that means your system can take 100% load, but it is taking 50% load. Okay, let's say if this value is instead of 0, if 1 is there, that means 1.5, that means the system 158% load is there. Okay, right now 6.7% is of CPU is utilized. Okay, and in that, out of 6.4 is system is utilized, and in that how much is utilized? Memory, 32 GB memory is there. In that 27 GB is not utilized, and 5.3 GB is only used. So everything, and each and every process, and how much each and every process memory is consuming, and how much each and every process CPU is consuming, and how much time, since time it is up, and what is the command that it is executing, everything you can see. Let's say if your systems are experiencing any performance issues, this is the first point that you have to come and check what is happening in the system. Okay guys, any questions? Okay, yeah guys, also sleep is a command to sleep. Okay, if you just 10 sleep 10 seconds, it will sleep. So sleep is not executing. Sudo how can we run that? How can I run? How can I run? Okay, we'll do one thing. Watch PS. So that means this command will be executed for every 3 seconds, guys. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to run one more instance. Okay. Now I'm going to hit top. Okay. What it is telling? It is executing one process in the background. Watch. Okay. Watch. So, and the process ID of it is 3769. Okay, 3769. Okay, so 421. Can you see this? Every time the process is been changing, can you see this? Why? Because every 3 seconds it is executing the same command. Okay, if you want to execute the same command, let's say if you want to keep the system, or if you want to execute something for every 3 seconds or 5 seconds or 7 seconds, watch. Okay, watch 5 cat xc password. That command will be executed for every 5 seconds, guys. Okay, excuse me guys. Yeah, go ahead. And what else, yeah, we haven't discussed about creating the users at the moment. How many users are there in the system, guys? Okay, at the moment Ubuntu is the system user which is there, and rest of the users which you are seeing on the system are the users which are created by the system when the operating system is installed. Okay, if you want to see, out of all these users, okay, Ubuntu, okay, is the user which came up by default, and root is the user which came up by default. Okay, each and every account will have a user ID, UID, and a GID. Okay, 0 0, the UID and the GID of the root user is 0 and 0, guys. Clear? In Linux, in total 64,000 user accounts can be created. It's huge. Okay, in Linux in total 64,000 users can be created, out of which 1024, 0 to 1024 are for system purpose and system users. The rest of them are for general purpose interactive users, guys. Okay, now how, just by looking at this, how can you check whether that user, Ubuntu, Polynet, Landscape, SSH, different users, right? How can you check whether the user can log in or not? Is just by this, guys. Bin bash, if it is having bin bash, that means the user is having a login prompt. If it is having sbin, no login or no login, that means the user cannot log in. That's a system user. Okay, if you want to give someone access, bin bash should be there on the bash prompt. Okay, so how to create a user? Okay, so let's say in your team, so new member came and you want to give access to him. So how can you give access to him? So for that you have to create a user. So how to create a user? Okay, so how to create a user? Usually only the root user and the people who have access to trigger the command as sudo can execute the commands. So if I want to switch to the user, sudo executing the command as a root user, su stands for switch user, hyphen stands for root. It's asking me password. I'm entering the password. I switch to the root user. Okay, can you see this, guys? So If you want to switch to the root user, sudo su hyphen is the command. If you want to know who you are, who am I is the command. Okay, guys. So if you want to create a user, how to create a user? How to create a user? User add is a command. Manu. Permission denied. Permission denied. That means only the root user can create the accounts. Okay. Sudo user Manu. Okay. So Manu is created. One more account I want to create, Sophia. Okay. One more account is created. I want to create one more account, Koti. Okay. I want to create one more account, Priya. I want to create one more account, Avinash. Okay. Just give, if you let's see, if you want to check whether the account Sophia exists or not, ID Sophia. Sophia is there. Sophia's user account is Sophia, user ID is Sophia, and her user account and the group ID of Sophia is Sophia only. 1002 is the user ID and 1002 is the group ID. Or if you want to see the list of users in the system, cat xc password. Okay, can you see this? Manu, Sophia, everyone. Can you see this, guys? That means the users have. Okay, this is how we can create the users. Okay, guys, clear? Now, if you want to set up a password for Sophia, user Sophia, so FIA, it will ask you password. Okay, so now user accounts is created, right? But we have to set up a password from them, right? So sudo, only the root user can set up a password for others. Sophia. Okay, now I have set up a password for Sophia, so I'll create a user Sophia and I'll pass it to Sophia. That is, Sophia, your user account is Sophia and your password is password. Okay, this is how we are going to create a user accounts and share it with the users. Okay, now let me switch to Sophia. Okay, this is how we can switch to Sophia user or Venkat or Avinash user. What it is telling, the message is shown once a day to disable it, create. Okay, so what it's telling, no such file or directory, so we cannot switch to the Avinash. Why we cannot switch? Perfect, we have switched. And if you see present working directory of Ubuntu, just a second. So the user is not having a prompt, so we have to create his prompt as well. I'll show you how to create. Sudo, let me switch to sudo, let's home. Okay, only one user is there, so we have to create the present working directory for him as well. Okay, now how to create a group? So if you see Ubuntu, ID Ubuntu, I am a part of lot of groups. Okay, a user can be a part of one primary group and 15 secondary groups. That means in total, one user can be a part of 16 groups. What is the advantage of having groups? What is the advantage of having groups? Okay, assume this as a DevOps team. Okay, these guys requires, a file access, complete access, B file access, C file access, D file access, E file just read access, and F file read access, just read access. For them, read, write, and execute, and just read and write access as well. So let's say if you're having 10 users in the DevOps team, so practically it is impossible. Okay, if there is one team, obviously all the team members should have the similar kind of access, right? Rather than creating their access 10 times, It's really painful task. What if Avinash leaves the organization? What if Manu comes? What if Manu leaves and Sophia comes, right? So it will be very difficult, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to create one user named DevOps, and we are going to give just access to DevOps user, DevOps group, and we are going to add Manu, Avinash, Sophia, Koti, everyone to that group. If Sophia leaves the organization, we'll just remove her from the group. If Manu comes to the organization, we'll just add him to the group. As simple as that, guys. Okay, that's the beauty of groups. Groups will make our life easy. Clear, guys? So how to add a group? Group add DevOps. Sudo. I don't have permission. Okay, if you want to see the list of groups in the system, can you see this? DevOps is the group. Okay, now if I want to add users to this group, how can I add it is, okay, user mod, okay, hyphen G stands for, small g stands for secondary group, capital G stands for secondary group, and small g stands for primary group. Okay, so I want to add a primary group. Okay, A stands for append without disturbing the existing users, and I want to add DevOps user to Ubuntu user. It's telling permission denied. Okay, so I have to execute this command as a root user. Now Ubuntu. Can you see this? DevOps user. Okay, now Ubuntu user is a part of the DevOps group as well, guys. Okay, if you want to see, this very important question, if you want to see the list of users who are part of a particular group, so how to check? Cat xe group. Here you can see, guys. Okay, DevOps user, DevOps group. Okay, Ubuntu is a part of it. Let's say, let me add one more user. Okay, I want to add Avinash. I want to add Sophia. I want to add Venkat. Venkat doesn't exist. Arpita doesn't exist. Manu. Okay, can you see this? DevOps group. So Ubuntu user, Avinash, Sophia, Manu are a part of the DevOps group. This is an easy way to check the list of users connected to that. Okay, any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Priya, any questions?
No, Manu, it's clear.
Okay. Venki, Venkat,
Yeah, I'm good. Manu.
Koti?
No, Manu.
Perfect. Okay, so
Manu, one more thing. Manu,
yeah, go ahead.
what is the difference between touch and MKDAR?
Okay, so this has been covered in the last session. So yeah, you didn't watch it. Okay, touch is a command to create a file. Okay, mkdir is a command to create a directory. Okay, so let's say
Okay.
PWD stands for present working directory. It shows you which directory you're in. Okay, ls-ltr shows you the content in a folder. Now if I want to create a folder named mkdir named DevOps, okay, has created a folder. Can you see this? If you want to go to that, you can go
Yeah.
cd, and if you want to create a file here, you can create here DevOps Cloud Careers. Clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Next is how to install a specific service, guys. Okay, how to install a specific service. Let's say if I want to install Apache web service. Apache web service. So how can I install an Apache web service? Okay, simple. Sudo apt install httpd. Okay, it's the name of the package. Just give hi. So HDPD, no installation, unable to find. Unable to look at the package. So it's telling it's not able to find the package. Okay, so why it's not able to find the package? So sudo invalid option, invalid option. Few commands are not working on this. So pending package installation. Okay, this I'll show you one more time, guys. Okay, keep things. If you guys have no questions, we'll take a short 10 minutes break and can start it. Any questions? Yes, any questions?
No, Manu.
Perfect. Let's take a 10 minutes break and connect back by 12 o'clock, guys. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, is everyone back? So let's start the session. Guys, are you there?
Yes, Manu, I am back.
Yeah, perfect. Let's start the session, guys. So guys, the pending content from my end is, guys, installations. Okay, this I'm going to cover it tomorrow once our live server is back. Before that, the pending topic is file permissions, file ownerships. Okay, these are the things that I have in my plate today. So let me explain them. So guys, when you create a file named okay, can you see this, guys? Here the first thing is hyphen 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 hyphen, and it starts with the D. So anything which starts with hyphen is a text file, or anything which starts with D is a directory. That is a blind thing that you have to keep in mind. So here Ubuntu, 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 Ubuntu is there, right? This is nothing but owner and the group. Who is the owner of the file and who is the group of the file? So that is called as ownership of the file. Along with this, can you see this rw hyphen rw hyphen rw hyphen? What this is? This is the permission. Okay, what a user can do, what a group can do, what people who are not part of the group can do to the file. Okay, this is called granular access. Okay, usually the permission, okay, 4 to 1. Okay, 4 to 1. 4 stands for, okay, read permission, guys. Okay, read permission. 2 stands for write permission, and 1 stands for execute, or nothing but run permission. Okay, so here rwx, rwx, in these rwx, first 3 belongs to owner, second 3 belongs to group, and third 3 belongs to public or rest of the users in the system. What permissions that you want to give? Okay, for me, owner, okay, can read, write, and execute the file. Okay, group can read and execute. This is the permission that I want to give. Okay, but I don't want to give them the right permission. Let's say we are having, okay, one HRMS portal or a salary breakup file. Manu is the owner and DevOps is the group. Manu can read the file and he can edit the file and it can execute the file. But group, people who are part of that group is DevOps. They can just read and can execute, but they cannot edit, because HRMS is something only owner should edit. And rest of the users are public. They can just execute. They can run. Okay, this is the permission that you want to give. So for that, the permission is this, guys. Okay, read. It's four permission. Okay, and if you want to give write is 2. Okay, execute is 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to how much? 7. That means if you want to give full permission, you have to give 7. Okay, let's read permission 4, execute permission 1. That means 5. Okay, if you just want to give this 5. Okay, if you just want to give execute permission, just 1. That's it. Okay, guys, this is how we can give. Also, also each and every file will be in this form, guys. File owner followed by group owners. Okay, every file will have a owner and a group. So if you want to change the permissions, okay, let's say I'm having a file, okay, and the name of the file is ls-ltr ls start.conf DevOps.conf, right? So ls-ltr DevOps.conf, right? So for this file, Ubuntu is the user, okay, and DevOps.conf is the user. But I want to give, okay, I want to give dev, let's see how many users are there. Okay, so DevOps, there is a group is there, right? So I want, okay, I want to give, okay, I want to make DevOps as a group. Okay, so how to change it? CHOWN stands for CHOWN stands for, okay, change the ownership. So I want to make the owner as Ubuntu and the group as a DevOps. Okay, and the name of the file is this. Okay, it's telling changing the permission is not allowed, so change it to sudo. Okay, now hit the same command. Who is the owner? Who is the group now? DevOps, right? Clear, guys? Now people who are under a part of this DevOps, Ubuntu group user, Avinash, Sophia, Manu, what they can do is they can read the file and they can write the file. Okay, now now that is all about the ownership. Now if I want to give, okay, if I want to give, I want to tune it. I want to give read write execute to Ubuntu user. He is the owner of the group, and read and execute permission for DevOps, and just read permission for read permission for public. So chmod. Okay, first 3 digits 7. Okay, first, so this is the permission that I want to give. Read, write, and execute for owner 4 plus 2 plus 1 7. And for group, I want to give just read and execute 4 plus 1 5. And for public, I just want to give read permission. Okay, not execute, just read. They can just read, they cannot even execute. Can you see this? Now, just by looking at this, what you can understand here, DevOps conf is a file which owner can read, write, execute. Okay, group, they can read and execute. Others, they can just read the file, they cannot do anything else. This is how we will control who can access what. Guys, this is very important. If you don't understand, let me know, I'll explain one more time. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know, I'll explain one more time. Guys, clear? Sophia, Shri, Avinash, Venkatesh, Priya. Guys,
Yeah, yes, Manu, is clear.
yeah, perfect. So that's it about the permissions at the moment. Okay, so we are pending with, okay, we are pending with package installations that I'll cover tomorrow. Now I want to explain you some. The Linux knowledge is sufficient enough to implement a project. Now what we are going to do is we are going to implement a project. Okay, and the project, how it looks like is, I'll explain you. we are going to implement the three-tier architecture what we are discussing. Okay, so we are going to create our own VPC. VPC is nothing but a network, virtual network, and we are going to create this network 10.10.0/6 network. Okay, this is one network. Okay, we are going to deploy a student registration application. Okay, student registration application. For this, okay, what I'm going to do is, let's say CloudCareers today is a small organization. So people across the world who are interested to learn the DevOps, they'll sign up with us and they'll learn. Let's say if CloudCareers has grown up and we have started an organization where if we want to start registrations or the administrations of the students to my university through online registration form, here I should have three things. First, I should have a front end, okay, where people can see my content. For that, we are going to create an instance. Okay, for that, we are going to create an instance. This we'll refer it as a front end. Okay, front end. We have HTML5 application. Okay, and we are going to deploy the front end on. Okay, we are going to deploy this front end on Apache web server and Nginx or Nginx. These are the technologies, guys, front end web server technologies. Okay, people across the world, okay, they can access my front end server. This is internet. Okay, they can see when the new batch starts, the new batch starts everything in my just by typing thecloudcareers.com. Okay, who are types www.thecloudcareers.com. Okay, whoever clicks the www.cloudcareers.com, what will happen is I'll show you live. Okay, sorry, whoever types the www.thecloudcareers.com, they can see my website. Okay, they can see my website. Okay, now, okay, so they have seen the complete content on my website. Okay, so the so-called website which you can see is everything is developed and deployed on the top of Nginx using HTML5 as a technology. Okay, so they like my website. Okay, they like my website, and they see the number of DevOps tools and the technologies that I'm going to teach is awesome, and you felt like that you want to register to my okay, register to my session. So what you did, you just click the register button. So as soon as you click the register button, it went to a registration form. Okay, this is the background application. Okay, now what you're doing, so Manu Verma, email address is manuverma@thecloudcareers.com, and you entered phone number as 4836492232. Done. Resume it as the registration. Now we received your message. Soon we will get back to you. Thanks. That means what are the details that you have entered in the application form should be registered or should be saved on the top of a database. So that is the architecture that we are going to implement. Whoever types thecloudcareers.com, their request should go to the internet, okay, and their request should pass to the front end. Okay, front end which is publicly exposed, but my registration application is a Java based. Okay, it's a Java based. Okay, it's a Java based application backend. Okay, backend server where application Java based application is deployed. Okay, okay, Java based application is deployed. So when we speak about the Java based application, we should never ever expose it to the internet because it will have a lot of vulnerabilities or bugs. Moreover, this is where my application logic, okay, application logic or the business logic is written and deployed. So I don't want this to be exposed to the public, but whoever wants to register, this is the money making machine, right? So this should be exposed but in an indirect way. So for this I have chosen Tomcat as an application server. Okay, Tomcat as an application server. So whoever wants to register, what they'll do, they'll click the register button here. Okay, whoever wants to register, they'll click the register button here. So as soon as they click the register button here, okay, what will happen is their request, okay, their request should pass to this server automatically. Okay, automatically, but I don't want to expose that server. Okay, if you observe my machine, okay, if you observe my server, as soon as I click register, what it is happening, it's moving to the TheCloudCareers registration form. This is my application logic, right? So like the same, my application should be routed to the Tomcat server. That means here I have to employ, okay, a proxy, a reverse proxy. Reverse proxy is nothing but if I click something, it should route somewhere. Okay, but you should think that you're still on the same server. That is called as proxy, pretending to act like someone when that someone is not that someone. Now, if you click the register, a registration page with all the business logic should be displayed. And then as soon as they click submit, their details should be registered on the top of a database. Okay, on the top of a database. Okay, for that we can use MySQL, MariaDB, MongoDB, whatever it is. I choose to save these details on the top of MariaDB. Okay, MariaDB. So to save the details, usually when you want to save details like name, full name, first name, last name, phone number, email address, and the course interested, we should have a table, right? Agree? We should have a table. Okay, we should have a table with rows and columns. Agree, guys? Agree or not? So how many columns should be there and how many rows should be there? We have to define it here. Okay, you have to define it. Okay, you have to define it. That is called a schema. Okay, that means you have to create the tables and the rows on the top of the database, create the database and create rows and columns on the database. That is called a schema. Okay, how your database, how your Excel sheet should like, how your Excel sheet should look like. So as soon as someone wants to register, they'll click the registration button. Their request should be routed to our backend server, which is nothing but we are going to use the Tomcat as an application server. And then once someone clicks save or submit, their details should be routed and saved on the top of a database. Okay, this is the architecture that I want to implement, guys. Okay, our complete DevOps. With our complete DevOps cycle, we are going to implement everything on the top of this. For this, we need one Linux machine. Okay, Linux 1, and this is Linux 2, and this is Linux 3. Three Linux machines. Okay, and this Linux machine publicly exposed, and these should be in the private That means which should not be exposed to the outside world. And this also shouldn't be exposed to the outside world. This is the network that I'm going to expose. And also we are going to set up this database. The database is so important. People who are coming from the internet who can access this front-end machine cannot access this machine directly. That also I want to make sure. Okay, this should be not possible. Okay, only if someone wants to access the database, they should be on the application server. Then only they can access the content. Okay, then only access the database. This is the 3-tier architecture that we are going to implement, guys. Okay, to implement this architecture, we need the Linux knowledge. So whatever we have learned till now, it is sufficient enough to set up this 3-tier architecture. Okay, so I'm going to share you the project. So make sure to create your accounts on the top of Git so that I can share you the content. Any questions? Guys, any questions? Priya, Shri, Sophia, Koti, Avinash, Venkat, any questions?
No from my side. No.
So you understood the project that we are going to implement, right? It's going to be a live 3-tier architecture, guys. Okay, I'm going to explain one more time. If so, if someone types, okay, www.thecloudcareers.com, okay, if someone types thecloudcareers.com, they should get the complete content about the course, about the list of tools that we are going to cover. Everything should be coming up. Okay, now once the student feels that it's awesome, that they want to learn, that they want to learn these technologies, then what they'll do is they'll click the register now. As soon as they click the register now, they should get a registration page. Once they get a registration page, that means their request is passed to another server, which is a private server. Okay, which is a private server. Okay, when you enter Manu Kumar, Manu Kumar @gmail.com. Okay, as soon as they click this, they should get a message. As simple as that. Okay, so here, as soon as you click the submit, your details are registered on the top of a database, right? That database is this, guys. Okay, we want to set up a 3-tier architecture which should have front end, and we are going to use HTML5 application, and we are going to deploy that HTML5 application on the top of an Apache web server, or we can use the Nginx as well as a reverse proxy. As someone click register, my request should be passed to the Tomcat server. So Tomcat is an application server where Java based applications will be deployed. Our application, the Java based application, will be deployed on the top of the Tomcat server. And once someone click register from my Tomcat, the details should be saved on the Tomcat's Apache MariaDB server. MariaDB is a database. So this is the complete architecture that we want to implement. So don't worry about it. Almost 20 to 30 steps will be there. We have a very well documentation to implement the project. I am going to share the documentation with you guys, but make sure I want to create a GitLab account and share it with me. Okay, guys, clear? Clear or not?
Clear, Manu.
So create a GitLab account. From tomorrow we'll be a bit fast, so yeah, please be thorough. Create a GitLab account and share me your GitLab ID. Going forward, content will be shared on GitLab. GitLab. Okay, this is private. Others cannot see. Okay, guys, clear? Yes, clear or not? So tomorrow the session will start by 10:30 and it will be till 1:30, guys. Okay, because tomorrow we are going to the project will take 2 to 3 hours of our time. Okay, because we are going to see both reverse proxies, Nginx and Apache web server as well. Any questions, guys? Yes, any questions?
No, you want me to create, want us to create this AWS account, right?
Yeah, you should.
Because,
Yes, you should.
okay.
In my video one, I have shared you right there. I have mentioned you how to create an AWS account. If not, I can share you the video as well. It's just a 2-minute process. If you want, I can show you right now.
Yeah, show me. That will be better.
Okay, AWS console. Click that.
Okay.
Create a free account. AWS free tier. Create an account for free. Mention your details.
Okay.
ABC, DF. Okay, at gmail.com. Password. Testers. Okay, email with this. Oh,
Yeah, that's fine, Mona. I'll create. No problem.
yeah. And
Because
when you
this
when
will
you
expire, right?
hang on, when you're creating an account, make sure it is personal. If you put it as professional, you won't get a free tier. Okay, AWS gives you an account, free tier account of 1 year, where you can consume more than 60 services for absolutely free with limited resources. So if you create professional, you won't get them. Make sure to create a personal account, and don't when you click the create account, it will ask you to enter your PAN card. Don't enter your PAN card. Okay, if you enter the PAN card, don't enter the PAN card. Okay, yeah, go ahead, you're telling something.
Yeah, that's good. That will be free, right?
Yeah, it will be free. It will ask you
Yeah.
to enter your credit card details. Enter your credit card details. They'll deduct two rupees from your account just to make sure whether you are an authentic user or not.
Okay. Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Okay, if you have
Thanks,
no
Mona.
question, you can drop off. Let's sign up tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we are going to implement a project. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Manu.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks, Manu. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Manu.
Yeah. Thank you.